Hi everybody, this is Boom 1950. Today I'm going to show you a comparison video of off-white Odsy1000 black gray fuchsia and white SS22. These shoes are very popular in the fashion world and have been worn by many celebrities. As we can see, there are 6 different batches of off-white Odsy1000. These 2 are authentic that I got from the factory. In order to research and develop products, they became dirty and damaged. But it doesn't matter. We can still check the material and shape clearly. These 2 are batch A, which is the best and also the latest version in the market for now. These 2 are batch B, which is an older high-quality version in the market. Firstly, let me tell you the most important, but also the most hidden difference between these 3 batches. The craftsmanship of the soles. This is the retail black gray fuchsia. Its sole is made up of several pieces that fit together. Take a look at this cut. I don't know if you can see it clearly in the camera, but it's not a hole. It will take a lot of cost and effort to replicate this. Fortunately, we can see it works well. Batch A looks exactly the same. Batch B's sole has no such craftsmanship, it is composed of a single block. This line here is carved, not spliced. The same goes for the white SS22. Retail and batch A's soles are put together, different from batch B. Then let's see the logo printed in front of the shoe. Retail here is Odsy1000. This is batch A, also Odsy1000. But the batch B is DDSY, this is quite an obvious difference. On the sole, another iconic decoration of Odsy1000 is the ruler on the heel. We can see on the retail, it marks from 0, -1, -2 to -5. Then batch A. It looks exactly like the retail. Batch B, no numbers here, and also wrong direction. The same situation for white SS22. Batch A is identical to the retail, and batch B is totally wrong. There is still a difference on the sole. Yes, it is the unique spikes. We can see retail and batch A, they look very similar. But batch B, apparently its spikes are smaller. Retail spikes look like a 60-degree incline, batch A is pretty the same, but batch B looks, maybe 45-degree. White SS22, likewise. This will affect the feeling of wearing, I think. 2 crossed arrows are also seen on every single Odsy1000. Let's check how do these lines going. Look, retail and batch A. Please note that because the retail was studied and cut in the factory, it got dirty and started turning yellow. Normally it should be white, like batch A. The long arrows, both more than halfway up the toe box. Batch B is somehow shorter and pointing tilted downwards. The former 2 are pointing horizontal. The other end of the arrow, retail, is actually a little further. Batch A is the same, but batch B is right next to here. White SS22 is also likewise. A little above the arrow, here is a piece of semi-transparent tape. Batch A looks exactly like the retail, but batch B, thinner material. And the other side, these 2 have 3 rectangular and 1 semi-elliptical holes. But for batch B, there are 4 rectangular holes. For white SS22, retail and batch A are identical. Batch B's holes is still wrong. And its color, more like transparent than semi-transparent. Batch B's upper material has a significantly difference than retail, it's all black. But retail is actually dark gray. So does batch A, looks more layered. For white SS22, both retail and batch A, we can snap through the top layer of gauze to see the structure of the layer underneath. This piece is cut by the factory. We can see, retail's upper material, the outermost layer is a transparent mesh, you can see the underneath layer clearly through it. Batch B looks totally different. Then let's check the tongue. The factory cut retail sneakers tongue to study the structure, but it's okay, we can still see the logo on it. Batch A looks exactly like the retail, even these small bumps are also visible. Batch B, I think it may took the wrong sample. It looks like white SS22 other than black gray fuchsia. Batch B of white SS22 did the right logo picture, but it doesn't have the texture of the little bumps on retail. And Batch A does it well. Retail and Batch A have fluffy tongue, but Batch B is thin. Although it's cut, we can still see the size information is printed on the back. So does Batch A. But there is nothing on Batch B. White SS22 is also likewise. The difference of the belt is also very significant. Retail is thick and the embroidery is very textured. Batch A is also the same. Batch B looks loose and more narrow. Different batches of white SS22 are also the same situation. By the way, retail zip tie is a green plastic sheet, Batch A's are also the same. But Batch B is red. Then I'll pull out the insole. Batch A is identical to the retail, but Batch B is totally wrong. White SS22's insole is different from black-gray Fuchsia. Batch A strictly followed the different models and do the right work. Batch B seemed to mix it all up. Finally, let's take a look at the overall shape of these sneakers. The side look is obvious, Batch B, probably due to the material, they look flabby and lack support. Batch A looks more stiffer and premium. The workmanship and materials have been greatly improved. Batch A and retail look almost exactly the same. Okay, that's all for today's update. Please like, subscribe, and share. Don't hesitate to leave me a comment if you have any interest. See you next time, bye.